70-mile-per-hour speed limit, camera ahead.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Imani Live. Today I am over in the northwest of England in a large town called Bolton, and traditionally it was a part of Lancashire, and Bolton's known for its production in textiles, and which was brought over by the Flemish weavers in the 14th century. But today I am here because I'm interviewing a special friend of mine who has done many things over the years, and we get a chance to hear his life story. So I'm really looking forward to this because I want to know all the things that he's done throughout the years. He's into music, and just to give you a little peek, and he's also an entrepreneur as well. So you can see over there in the far distance the town hall. And I'm just walking over to his office where he works at the moment. Really looking forward to knowing about my special friend. So I'm not going to say his name yet. I'll introduce you when we get there. So it's so exciting. We have arrived now on the 6th floor. Oh no, I don't think it's this way.
Oh, well, enjoy your photos. It'll give you a lot more space than at this other skeleton then. Yeah.
I think I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah. Carry on.
Very nice offices. So I think this is his office. Hi!
Hey, what's happening? Coming in.
So, with me is my special friend, and this is Joesph Nevers, aka the Guv-nor.
You got it.
So Joesph, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share your life story. So I'm excited because, you know, we've been friends for a while, and yeah, I know that you've done many things, and you're somebody that I look up to, you know, in terms of your enthusiasm. You're just inspirational, you know, with all the different things that you've actually done.
Thanks for saying so.
So, you know, I'm really honoured today to just be able to, you know, take a trip down memory lane with you. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about when you were, you know, when you grew up, where you grew up, where you were born, and where you grew up.
Wow, a bit of controversy here now. The between me and you, I was born in the United Kingdom, England, here, Cheltenham, Cum-Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people think we come from Jamaica. Yeah, I was born in Cheltenham, 1961.
Oh, wow.
We grew up, spent the whole of our life basically, teenagers right up to in Cheltenham itself, and it was, how can I say, an exciting time actually, because we did things as kids growing up, like
what?
making go-karts and playing out, and we'd leave the house, let's say as teenagers, early in the morning on our bikes, so we would come back till 6, 7, 8 o'clock when it got dark.
So where did you go?
Well, all over the place riding.
Okay.
Turnmoss, Cheltenham, Levenshulme, Stockport.
Wow.
All over.
Wow.
Islay.
Wow.
Yeah, we were enjoying our life, sort of thing, not stuck behind a computer.
Right, okay.
Like how these kids are now,
Okay.
Yeah, so our life was full. It was full. And there was no trouble as such.
Mm-hmm.
We just lived our life.
Mm. So what school did you attend? What primary school did you attend? And what secondary school did you
Right,
attend?
went to Manley Park.
Okay, yeah, I know that one.
Manley
My daughter
Park.
went there.
Yeah, Manley Park in Prince. Then went over to the junior school, College Drive. And then from there, we went over to Cheltenham High. Went over to Cheltenham High School.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
worked there as well.
Which was a grammar before I got there.
Okay, okay, I see.
So I was sold the short straw sort of thing.
Oh.
So I went to Cheltenham.
And after Cheltenham High, you just said, where did you go on to college from there?
I went to Openshaw Technical College.
Okay, and what did you study there?
I did a course on the diversity of plastics. So what I was doing basically, when I was making helmets and stuff like that, crash helmets,
Okay.
we used to test those plastics, and we used to drop a weight on them and see how it's broke, at what stage it broke. It was boring actually.
Yeah.
I did a course on that. It was a research actually, and then I did a upholstery course and mechanic course as well.
So upholstery.
Upholstery.
Okay, so that's kind of recovering settees and chairs
and stuff.
Okay, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I did a mechanical course.
So you're also a mechanic and upholsterer. Right, okay.
When I was 14, about 14, I went to work with my uncle in a place called Cornbrook, which is just before the flyover.
Yeah.
Used some scrap yards around there.
Okay.
We used to work underneath the arches.
Oh, right. So who's your uncle?
Clan.
Right, I don't know.
I used to work with your uncle.
Oh, my uncle, because my uncle's a mechanic. Everybody knows him.
Copper. So we all worked together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was at 14 years of age I was doing trade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were still at college and also working part-time.
Yeah.
Nice. So getting a bit of money.
Getting money.
Some experience.
That's right.
So yeah, it's a good way to go.
Mm.
Yeah. And so after that then, what did you do? What did you do after that?
After mechanics. Well, as a mechanic, at that age there, 14, 15, 16 years of age, I hated the grease. The grease used to get into your pores.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And at that time, we was just getting into sound system at the time.
Okay.
So we were doing like a few venues, like on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
And when you say
Friday, Saturday.
Okay. So in a few venues, what do you mean?
Yeah, clubs.
Sound system. Can you explain sound
So we had like
system
we
to
had the youth club,
me? Okay.
which was Manley Park.
Okay.
We did that on a Wednesday.
And was that playing music?
That was playing music,
Right,
yeah. So we
okay.
built our own speaker boxes,
Oh,
amplifiers,
wow.
and it was a sort of a trend then. I was
Okay.
going into it, yeah. I was only young. But Dad didn't approve it as such.
Okay. No, I know what our parents are like.
You
yes.
know, didn't approve of it, but you know,
So-
it kept us off the street, kept us out of trouble. So we was building these big speaker boxes in the back garden, and then we used to lift them and take them over to the youth club and store them there.
Wow. So you said you built speaker box, so making them then.
Yes.
And what kind of materials then did you use to make speaker boxes, and who taught you how to make a speaker box?
Well, obviously at age 14, 15 years of age, we didn't really have money as such.
Okay.
So, what we used to do, we used to go to these, you know, this derelict houses that had been boarded up
Okay.
with the plywood, and we used to pry them off at night time. And we used to run down the street with the wood.
Okay. So you were loaning these plywoods
We were
from
loaning
different
them.
houses.
For a good cause.
Okay.
For a good cause.
Okay.
So we loaned them, took
Yeah.
them, and we got, we couldn't afford jigsaws at the time, so we had like just normal hacksaws.
Wow.
And we used to draw around the speaker and then cut it out.
Wow.
Yeah, build the boxes, put the frames on everything.
Okay.
Um,
And then electrical then, how does it all, how did you kind of connect the music from the system to the box?
I'm just going to say a wire.
Okay. So how did you know how to connect?
Well, we watched the elder people do it first.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So we was watching our elders do it.
And who were your elders
Elders
at
at the
that
time.
time that were building speaker boxes and also playing music?
Wow. Well, as a mechanic,
Mhm.
we used to have Lord Kaz,
I remember the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaz Bayer.
Yeah.
We used to do his car.
Okay.
Yeah. So my uncle was friends with them.
Okay.
So once my uncle went round to their house and stuff, I'd go along and we'd learn certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he used to have a record shop as well
Okay.
on Princess Parkway,
Okay.
which we used to go there and buy music as well.
Right. Okay.
So we learned things off the elder guys, Kaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Rocket, Lord Rocket, I remember.
So what age would you say, and when you started to sort of play for so it was just various events or parties?
So we did youth
or-
clubs first.
Yeah, okay.
So that was on a Wednesday.
And was that for young people?
That's for young people.
Right,
locals.
so they would just come to the youth club
Yeah,
and
so-
dance and listen to
Yeah.
music.
So we used to have
Alright.
we used to have like local areas coming over, like Old Trafford,
Yeah.
Moss Side. It's local Hume. Used to come round on Wednesday.
Mm.
Tuesdays we did a Fielding Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
I
used
went to that college.
yeah, so we used to
Yeah.
have a little room there. We didn't have no van or transport cars them days.
Mm.
So we used to have the trolleys from Safeway,
Right. Okay.
the flatbed ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to load them up with the boxes.
Right,
And we used
okay.
to push them, yeah,
From-
from Clarendon Road
Right.
right down Barlymore Road, over Princess Parkway to Fielding Park.
Wow, that's quite a distance.
It was a distance,
in those trolleys.
yeah.
So how heavy were the boxes?
They were heavy. They're big like wardrobes, some of them.
Wow. that must have took some strength.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we had like probably about 10 or 15 of us were pushing the boxes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
did your group, were you a group? Did you
It's a
belong?
group, yeah.
Was it a group? And
Yeah.
what was the name of your
Mine was
sound?
called the Guv-nor.
The name,
Governor.
the governor. So it
Governor
was
Hi-Fi.
governor. Governor
Hi-Fi,
Hi-Fi.
yeah.
Right, okay. Governor Hi-Fi. I didn't hear of that back
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the day. Okay, so
You missed out.
yeah, definitely. I was a good girl. I was indoors.
Are you trying to imply that the girls weren't good with us?
Mind you, you are a little bit older than me. Or should I say younger? But anyway, so the Guv-nor. Okay, so who came up with that name for the sound?
It's myself, mate.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
And so during that time, were there other people around that built sounds or had their own sounds? You know.
Yeah, we had Wayne next door, Wayne Proverbs.
Okay, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he had a sound. We built sound at the same time,
Okay.
and then we actually merged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we became Youthman Promotion.
So you actually merged together and became
yeah.
Youthman Promotion. Right, okay.
Yeah.
And so how many men, I presume it was all men that was a part of the sound?
Yeah,
or
but
was
we had
there
a lot.
females?
We had a lot of female followers.
Oh, right. So you had a lot of female followers, and but the guys that were a part of that, how many men altogether?
Wow. The main group would say 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you all get on?
We got on.
All right.
We all
Okay.
got on.
And so in that sound system, within that group, then, did each of you have a particular role to play within that group?
Okay, we had some that would just carry boxes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so they'd lift the boxes out of the shed into the van,
Yeah.
and when we get to the venue,
Yeah.
they'd unload it and take it into the dance and place them in the particular spots around the dance hall.
Right. Okay.
Then we had those who were responsible for wiring the boxes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then bring them up over to the amplifiers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had one person, that was Mr. P, Wayne, who would wire the amplifiers.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we had the controller, a record selector.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick. And then we had Garvey.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the mixer controller.
Uh-huh.
Esquire, he was there with little jobs to do.
Okay. And then sometimes, I mean,
And my responsibility then, I was mostly the van driver.
Oh,
The
right, okay.
minibus driver.
You're the bus driver or the van driver.
Yeah, I was the only one basic with a license at the time.
Oh, right, okay. So when you did get a car, you were actually transporting
Yeah,
the
not a car.
van.
Van.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So you're transporting the equipment
Yeah.
from place to place
Yeah,
and so on.
yeah.
So did you get a lot of bookings during that time?
Got a lot of bookings.
And what type of venues or events were you being asked to play at?
But mostly community centres.
Okay.
Yeah, so we played in places like Leicestershire, Oxford, London, Gloucester, Wolverhampton, places like that. Yeah, played a few dances in Gloucestershire because I've got a family there, and they had a sound system. Cousin called David, he had a sound system called the Emperor.
The Emperor.
Yeah.
Nice.
And one called Lord Demonstrator.
Very regal, weren't they? Lord Demonstrator and the Emperor. Very royalty names for a sound system.
Yeah, I remember we did a dance in the Ebony Centre then. It was 1982, and the dance started at 8 o'clock. Didn't finish till at 6:30 next morning. We was just stringing down the box in Gloucestershire. It was absolutely regal dance. Yeah, it was nice.
With people,
yeah, it was nice dance.
Music.
Vibes, roots and culture. You know?
So, looking back then in history, what would you say? What was the year when the sound system came about? Then
80s, really.
Okay.
80s for our generation.
Yeah.
For our generation, because when we had, Kaz and Rocket and all those guys, President, who were playing sounds in Manchester.
Right, okay.
And the elders to us, we were following them.
Right.
Yeah. So we used to go to places like the Mayflower.
Yeah.
And listen to those guys playing their sounds in the Mayflower.
Okay. So that was your kind of first introductory to music, and
I wouldn't say so. My first introduction to music was I was in the Boys Brigade.
oh, so you're in the Boys Brigade? Okay.
Yeah. That was about 11.
I was in the Brownies and Guys.
Yeah. So I was in there.
So you're in the Boys Brigade. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was probably about 11.
Okay.
11,
And what is the Boys Brigade? What does it represent?
It was a church organisation.
Right. Okay.
And in them days, they were like on the 1st of May, and used to have a parade on the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, May Day and that, and used to play the drums.
Oh,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you used to play what? Is it the kit?
I used to
Like a
play
kick
the
drum
snare drum.
The snare drum. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it's called then? That
Yeah.
one that
Side
sort of, it's got almost like a tinny
Yeah.
treble sound, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So there's quite a few was involved in the Boys Brigade. There was I'll mention a few names. Tommy McKinley, Morris McKinley, Everell McKinley. There was Reuben Chambers, Ronnie Baker, Wayne, Steve Proverbs, Hendy, and myself. Yeah, so we formed that particular band. So we had like bugle players, snare drum, side drum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who organised the brigades, or how did you get introduced to the Boys Brigade?
I don't know. We got introduced to that really, because I think it was like another youth club.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who was the one who kind of constructed the music, or organised, or did the arrangement for the rhythms, I presume?
Okay, they had a standard format of rhythm.
Okay. Okay.
Standard format of rhythm, yeah.
Okay.
But because our group was all West Indian.
Absolutely. So it shows you brought another dynamic to it, didn't you?
We changed it and we reggaeified it.
All right. Okay. So you gave it a little dynamic, a new dynamic.
Yeah.
And with a cultural influence.
That's right. So
Right,
when we would
excellent.
march on the roads, with all the church congregation behind us and so on, we had a bit of a step.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how we went on. So we used to do like competitions. We used to have the band competitions right around the country from different Boys Brigade groups.
Wow.
And
Amazing. Did you travel to, what places did you travel to then with the band?
we went to Scotland. I can't remember a lot of places we went to, but I remember going to Scotland and we was in a big competition with a lot of bands, and we were neck and neck tying with the Scots. The Scots were very good with their drumming, because their drumming were very fine.
Okay.
Yeah, very fine drumming.
Okay.
But ours was reggae-fied,
like
man, out, you know?
A dub beat.
You know?
Okay. Like dub translation. Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, that was good.
And how old was you then when you went into
it was about 11, 12.
And how long did you stay with the Boys Brigades?
Probably stayed over a year. Yeah, about a year. We stayed there.
Excellent.
Yeah. Things happened along the way, and we had to fold and move on.
Oh, right, okay.
I won't go into that one.
So after the Boys Brigade, what did you move on to? Were you still in the sound system?
We were still in the sound system then.
Okay.
We was concentrating more on building the sound and having bookings out of town.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And what places did you travel to with the sound? Or where were you going?
It was going all all over the country.
All over.
Yeah.
So London, Birmingham.
Yeah, Wolverhampton, Oxford, High Wycombe.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So, so we met a lot of youths on the way. We've got like Terry Gadd. He was in the sound. What's their sound called now? It was Demonstrator. Yeah, that was Terry Gadd. He's a big influence in reggae music right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Milton. He's in the same sound. He's actually in Australia now, and I believe he's making the trip over to Africa.
Oh wow!
Yeah, well, I don't know how he got to Australia, but he was in Australia, you know.
Nice.
And the cousin Raph, and David, they're from Gloucestershire.
Okay.
So they're all still into music.
And yourself is still into music now, aren't you? Because I know you're learning to play an instrument at the moment.
Yeah, I'm doing the congos.
Learning to play the
Congo drums.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And when did you start?
Only recently.
That's all right.
Only recently.
Okay.
Over the last, let's say, month.
Yeah, and so what has led you to start or wanting to sort of revisit the drum and play the congos?
I keep listening to that because my music it is very diversified into all sort of music, not just reggae music.
Yeah.
Soul, jazz, classical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Samba, Latin.
Okay.
So I like the beat of that Congo drum in the Latin music.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to learn that, and then hopefully by this time next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to play some good pieces.
Nice. So I understand you're doing a little bit of promotion at the moment, aren't you?
In which is the property or we're on the music?
Well, on the music side.
On the music side.
I mean, I know we'll come to the property thing shortly, but
okay.
In terms of the music side, leading on from the kind of the Boys Brigade, the sound.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a cousin in London. It's called G Vibes.
Okay.
Called by name is G Vibes Glenn.
Yeah.
And I've joined up with him to do some work. So I'm doing a bit of a director and producer of some music. So we started in just before the lockdown. Actually, yeah, about January it was last year. I was promoting him to go on to do a festival in Poland called the Ostruda Reggae Festival. So we had that lined up to go ahead, and there were some artists. There was Max Romeo and his daughter. There was Inner the Yard. Really Inner the Yard?
No.
No, they're from Jamaica.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, some Jamaican artists. Anthony B, Julian Marley.
Okay.
Yeah, so all those G Vibes were all due to do this festival in Poland.
Oh right, okay.
But due to the lockdown, we've had to put a hold on to everything.
Okay, so what are you working on at the moment, or what is G Vibes working on?
Right, what we're doing at the moment, for the last 12 months, we have done about 11 tracks.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what genre are these? What
these are reggae
music.
Reggae music.
So British reggae music or
roots and culture. That's what we are doing.
Right. Okay.
You know, we actually done a cover of That's Life. That's Life. Okay. That's what the people say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did a cover on that one, which was very, very nice. We've got 3 artists on that in collaboration with G Vibes on that one.
So you've created 11. So you've done 11 tracks since the lockdown. So you have been busy. And in terms of how do you arrive at, say, creating a track? What is the inspiration, or you know, what is the vibe that, you know, to say, right, you know, how does it all start then, you know, before, you know, just even to create a track?
It comes from anything, you know.
Yeah.
It comes from anything. It's like, I was on the phone with G Virus there, and was talking, and something just came up, and he said some words, whatever it was, and I just started to sing, make a rhyme to what he was talking about.
Right.
Then he took it over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And it
So
can
just
start,
from a conversation.
It can start from anything.
Excellent.
You know,
That's
it could
nice.
be
Yeah.
from your life experience.
Yeah.
You know.
So through a conversation, you just kind of, right,
Yeah.
okay, you could use that, and
Yeah.
then from the words, you think, right, I'll put a beat to it, and so on and so on.
Or it could be just an experience. You're walking down the road, got a track there, walking. It's based on walking down the road, and I used to pass this girl every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one particular day was walking past, the girl sort of put her head down, didn't say anything. So we had, well, go on. Yeah. So
what's happening? That means.
Sorry. Well, go on. And from that little incident, it made a track, nice rhythm with it, about that incident of meeting this girl walking past every day, and she sort of blanked him, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
So you wrote the lyrics from that.
Yeah. Got some, you know, nice music is out there.
Okay. So with the tracks that you've now created, what is the plan to take
We're planning
forward?
to produce and put them onto the street.
Okay, and then will that be involving, they go onto an EP, and then we'll be in all the major
Probably an EP.
stores?
We're gonna try and push them for the European market as well.
Right. Okay.
Because we want to. We're trying to promote and push the actual 45s and 12 inches. You know, the disc itself rather than digital.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people are going back now. The actual records themselves. Yeah.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. Sound better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got more of a kind of quality sound,
Yeah.
or like a real, even organic sound,
Yeah.
isn't it?
But you know what it is? It's the actual fact of taking the rhythm out of the sleeve, putting it onto your turntable.
That's right.
Putting the needle
onto the
this,
yeah.
rather than this digital stuff. You get a better sound out of
about the record
system
instead.
itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Interesting.
So that's where we're heading.
Yeah. So how far are you with that? So I assume G Vibes, are they linked to a record label, or?
Got his own.
All right, so he's already got his own record label set up. So
Yeah.
then from producing the record,
Yeah.
he can then put them through his own record label,
Yeah.
and so on, and then they're sold through the record label.
That's right.
Okay, so hopefully people will be able to buy them in shops, also online.
And not online as well.
iTunes.
Yeah, not iTunes. We're not really going to iTunes, but you can buy them online, and then we ship out the hard
Copy,
disc
right? I see what you
to
mean,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's for the connoisseurs of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from your music, moving on from your music, you're also into property, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been doing that for a while. So tell us a little bit about that journey. You know, what made you get into property, and what is it you do in terms of property?
Okay, I've been in property about 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, about 20 years. Started off renting rooms in a place called Skelmersdale.
Skelmersdale, okay, yeah, I've been there.
This is the only place where you don't have no traffic lights.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've driven through there.
It's a fast move. It's a fast moving town.
All right, okay.
That's why you've driven through it. You don't realise you didn't stop nowhere. It's just roundabouts.
Okay.
Yeah. But in Skelmersdale they have an industrial site there for like workers, Chris. You've got a lot of factories there.
Okay, yeah.
So I was doing houses there where I was renting out rooms,
Right, okay.
and those people there would work in the industrial park.
Right, I see, and they were living there, living nearby, so they would rent a room.
That's right.
And where did you get the properties from? Did you buy them, or were you doing it on behalf, or were you acting as an agent?
Well, I met a young gentleman who had a big portfolio in Skelmersdale, and I got talking with him, and he gave me properties to manage.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I probably took about 40 odd properties off him.
Wow.
But I wasn't, remember, I was splitting these up into rooms.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I had
40
like...
properties, and then so it must be about 100 rooms or so.
Yeah. So I had like one instance, I had a company from Slovakia who came, and they had a big project they had to do down there, and they had 40 workers that we had to house.
Right, wow.
Yeah. So I went out, got all the furniture, beds, settees, TVs, fridges, washing machines, and then we just furnished all the houses.
Wow, okay, so the people were renting them with furniture already
because all they were coming here to do was just work.
Yeah.
It
makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, work. Yeah. It was only a 3-month project.
Right, okay.
But it paid good money.
Yeah. It took some doing though, and organising, to organise all the furniture.
That's right.
And the beds. And
so I had a company on Moss Lane East. Moss Lane,
Yeah, I remember Moss Lane East. Was it the one on Great Western Street?
Stratton corner.
On the corner, Great Western Street.
No, Moss Lane is by the church, just in front of Sharon. It's not Sharon Church.
That church. Big warehouse.
Yes,
that's right. It's not there no more, is it?
No,
is it a second-hand shop now?
No, he used to do student furnishing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they used to bring all my furniture from there down and finish the properties. The hardest thing about it is that when they left after 3 months.
Oh wow.
I had all the furniture.
Wow.
So
what did you do with the furniture then?
I had to rent some containers, 3-foot, 40-foot containers, and put them all in, and I sold them off piece by piece.
Right. Okay.
Advertised it, and then people just coming and buying fridges, washing machines, beds. I had all Hilton mattresses.
Wow.
From the Hilton hotels, so got a deal with those, and they were sold like hotcakes. Very good.
So you're still in the property game now, then? So,
yes.
So what are you doing now within the property game? Are you still managing?
I'm managing properties. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you have your own.
I've got a portfolio. I've got a big team of. Well, good team. I've got my electrician, I've got my plumber, I've got my carpenters. Okay. So they're all on call. Okay. If anything happens. Yeah, I just give them a call and they deal with it straight away.
Okay. So are you managing, when you say management, are you managing for other home owners?
Yes.
Or do you have any of your own properties?
I have a couple for myself as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the majority are managed.
Okay. And so whereabouts in Manchester are your properties based?
Mostly in Bolton.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got Bolton, Wigan, Lee, Adderton. Got a couple in Manchester. Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Wow. So talented man. So going back, I just want to go back a little bit because
go back in?
Yeah. I know that you were you did sales for a while, didn't you, as well?
Yes, I did.
And I remember you selling
Kirby vacuum cleaner.
That was it, the Kirby vacuum cleaner. That's and that's going back a few years now. But I remember you selling the Kirby. What was that like going out? Because I did sales for a while. I well, not really. I was giving it away. I worked with this company who were, at the time, Sky was just coming out.
Okay.
And they were giving away the Sky dish to people. And I remember going to the, knocking on doors and giving away a Sky dish, asking people, do you want to have a 14-day free trial? And,
Okay.
you know,
You're bribing them, yeah?
Yeah, but it was really funny though, because they were, you'd knock on the door and it's like, you're giving away this free trial, and a lot of people didn't want it, and you got paid like, I think it was a £10, 10 or 20 quid for somebody actually signing up the form and then taking the Sky dish. So I had a little bit of money back then, but it was funny because, you know, especially when you used to not, it's cold as well, you're out in the night time and you used to get driven. I was driven around by this sales manager called Garfield, and tall guy, is about 6 foot, and he drove a Porsche. And we went driving around with him, and he took us all over Manchester, and we had to knock on these doors, and at first it was really daunting, knock on these doors and then you get the door, you know, shut in your face. It was funny. So one night, I remember one night I was out and it was raining and I just didn't want to be there. It was like a nightmare. I thought, like, you're getting £10 for this, go on, do it. And then I went home and I thought, right, I'm going to create a rap. So I created a rap for Sky Television. You know, I'm here today and I want to say that Sky TV is coming your way. Nothing to pay for 14 days. Sign right here on this line and Sky will be right on time. It was funny, yeah. So, and then I was actually got in the door because I was just rapping it on the door, and then they thought, she's mad. And then they let me in. Do you want a cup of tea, love? But yeah, that's how I actually got through the door, because I just started using a gimmick, you know.
Different strokes, different folks.
That's the one, the one. But because it was, for me, too serious, you know, I'm a fun loving type of person, you know, and I a bit comical at times. But it was just a bit knocking on someone's door and being, oh, we've got this Sky TV, do you want to try it? It was too serious for me, so I had to come up with something that I could just really be more comfortable and easy and fun, in other words, you know, different to work. So yeah, so tell me about the Kirby. How did you get to selling the Kirby?
How did I get into selling vacuum cleaners? By accident. The parents weren't happy at all. No. Whose
parents weren't happy?
Mine.
Why?
Can you imagine me going home and saying, I've got a job? I said, what are you doing? Selling vacuum cleaners door to door.
Oh.
You know? Get yourself a proper job.
What did you want to say? What did your mum and dad say?
A proper job. I had to dodge him for about a couple of months.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know. Why was it a proper job? I mean, nothing wrong with selling,
but you know,
but I suppose back then it seemed
proper job,
a little bit,
If you're working for Coca-Cola or the big firms and stuff like that, it's called a proper job.
Oh right. Oh right. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
But Kirby's big.
You don't see the Kirby, you see the vacuum cleaner.
Right, I see what you mean.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
okay, so how did you get? You said you got into it by accident. So tell me a little bit about that story.
You know, at the time, I didn't want to sign on the door or anything like that, because the jobs were a bit hard to come by. He was getting rejected. So I put a load of applications out, and one came back and it says, can you come down to Stockport? Didn't know what the job was, by the way. Oh yeah, sorry, it says van driver tool setter was the advertisement.
What was that?
Van driver tool setter.
Right, okay.
Required.
Okay.
Yeah, good pay. I said, well, I applied for that, got the interview, went down there. When I went there, I thought, I could see the sign that says, today is the day. The first day of the rest of your life. There's some American flags there. I said, well, okay. I went through the interview, did the interview. They only asked me some questions. What have you done before? You know, where you'd like to see yourself in 5-10 years? And that was it. This is maybe 2 to 2:30. If you get a phone call, we're going to probably invite you back for a second interview if you're successful.
Right, okay.
That was it. Didn't know about the job, by the way. Didn't know nothing about the job.
Okay.
So goes home.
So when you first went, what did they ask you then?
Just your name, what you've done before.
Right.
You know, education,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What where you'd like to see yourself in 5-10 years time.
And what did you say? Where did you see yourself, Joe, when they asked you that question? What did you say?
Yeah, for a long time ago, that, you know.
Can you remember what you said?
No.
You can't.
Sometimes you just got to say what ticks the box at the time to make you look good, you know.
Okay.
So,
I hear you.
like them times there. But anyway, About 2:30, my phone rings. Oh, you've been successful. Can you come for an interview? Second interview on the Monday, and this interview will take about 2.5 hours. I thought, okay. So when I went back, I was in Stockport, place in Reddish, the mill, Reddish Mill. Remember it? There was about 15 other people in the room. We all sat down in front of a whiteboard. And this guy was there, and he went through like the cost of living, doctors, what doctors earn, how long they had to go through the educational path to be a doctor, lawyers, solicitors, and so on. And then at the end of it, they said, oh, they earn so much. But it took them so long to get there. So it's like between 10 to 15 years or so from, you know, for the education. So, and then we did a presentation of how much money we were in at the moment. Okay. Yeah, your jobs, your normal jobs. And then did a presentation with this machine. It was just like an engine first, and then they started to build it up. And then, lo and behold, it became a vacuum cleaner. And they said you could get, how much was it? It was $14.99, I think at the time. Sorry, first time it was $7.99. £799 it was being sold for at the time.
Right, okay.
And you could make £300 profit, you know, commission.
Oh, wow.
To sell one.
Yeah.
So if you get good at it and you sold 2 a week,
yeah, you're on
good money.
Good commission, yeah.
I said, you know what, I'll give that a try.
1 a week was good though.
Yeah, I know. But 2 weeks better.
Yeah, 2 weeks better, obviously. But 1 a week's also good, yeah?
They said all you have to do was sell 12 of them a month. And
12 a month?
Yeah, and we guarantee 60 presentations. If you did 60 presentations, whether you sold it or not, we guaranteed you take home £1,000. So pay you £1,000 for doing 60 presentations. Yeah, so I said, okay, I'll do that. First couple of days I went out, I tell you it was hard work.
Was it? Can you imagine?
It was hard work.
Did people have that amount of money?
We're selling finance.
Right, okay. So
yeah.
Bought it on finance.
Pound a day, £7 a week.
Right, okay.
You know, finance them days.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was.
So how difficult, how easy or how difficult was it to, you know, get into people's houses?
Well, what we used to do was give out a draw card.
Okay.
Yeah, ticket, knock at the door. Hi. Sorry, sister, has anyone dropped off any tickets for you? We're going to enter into this draw to win this car.
Right, okay.
You haven't had a ticket? Honestly. Let me take your name down so it's Mr. and Mrs. And I can see it's number 34 Arcadia Gardens, and your telephone number is 0161884.
Oh,
fantastic. Bam, there's your ticket, off you go. If you win something, you'll hear something. That was it. So I was collecting tickets like that every day. You look confused there.
Okay, so
what we was doing was getting data, names and telephone numbers.
Oh, right, yeah.
Those would then go into the telephone department.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And we'd have a drawing.
Yeah.
We'd phone them up.
Would you be interested to?
No, we'd say, you haven't won the main prize, but you can get a carpet clean or a suite clean. Professionally cleaned, deep clean. So we clean a carpet for them, one carpet or a 3-piece suite, for having a look at a presentation of the cleaner. Oh,
right, so you were giving them something for the time.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So what you have to do then is just sell yourself once you get into the house.
Yeah, that's it. And then was it the Kirby machine that was doing the cleaning?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, okay. So, and if they like that, then think, oh, we want one of these.
Yeah, but first they've got to like you first.
Eh?
They have to like you first and the machine second.
Oh, right, okay.
Because you've got to get through the door.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't get through the door.
That was difficult.
It could be difficult, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, you learn as you go along in sales. You knock at a door. The first thing you do is you bow your head. Once that door opens, you bow your head and you start wiping your feet and you put your hand out like that. That means I'm coming in, and automatically the customer will move aside and let you walk into the house on appointment.
Right, okay, so you've got a few tricks of the trade,
yeah.
how to get through the door.
That's right.
So in terms of the training program, is these different sort of tips that they gave you in order to get through the door?
Get through the door.
Right, see.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I remember one time I went to a guy's house who was in Prestwich. I told the story yesterday, by the way. And I booked the appointment. Sorry, I knocked on the door, gave him the ticket.
Yeah.
I booked the appointment. Yeah, and spoke to him. The appointment was for 6 o'clock. I got there 5 to 6. So I was early.
Right, okay.
Rang the guy's bell. I saw the curtain twitch like this. I thought, oh, okay. What do you want? I says, I've got an appointment for 6 o'clock and 5 minutes early. He said, no. I said, yeah, I spoke to you. I said, don't speak through windows. Come to the door. So he came to the door and put his foot in the door and opened it ajar a little bit. And he, I said, it was me that spoke to you. What he's trying to say, really, it didn't sound like I was.
What?
He's trying to say I wasn't. What?
Okay, yeah.
So I says, okay. I says, anyway. So I did that, bowed my head down, put my hand out, and he sort of stepped aside and let me into the hallway.
Right, okay.
And I had my hand out like this for at least 1 minute.
Didn't you want to shake your hand?
Didn't want to shake my hand.
Why? Okay.
Didn't want to shake my hand. You know what I said to him?
Yeah.
Sorry about this. What I said to him was just true. I said, listen. I says, you should be the first person to shake my hand. Jewish man, dreadlocks, everything, you know what I mean? So I said,
I'm stunned.
I said, you should be the first man to shake my hand. He says, why is that? I says, because when my parents came in this country, they took the pressure off yours.
Right, okay. I hear that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And he went, okay. And we did a demonstration, sold the machine. The guy became my friend.
Oh, wow.
Good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And years later, he's one of the guys that gave me properties.
Oh. Just by you saying you should be the first
man to shake my hand, yeah.
And the fact that you backed it up with when our parents first came,
they took the pressure
off
his parents. That's right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So, well, you've really taken me down memory lane. Really.
Got a lot of stories about that Kirby, by the way. Loads of 20 years I was there.
Oh, wow. So you've been in sales. You've been into music. And you now run your property Esquire marketing and lettings, based in Bolton.
Based in Bolton,
yeah. Which is so it's just amazing. So you've been on quite a journey, really.
Yeah. And I tell you what, it's not stopping either. We're just gathering momentum now.
Excellent. So besides those, the property, the music, the sales, is there any other? Oh, mechanic. You said you did
mechanic as well, yeah.
Mechanical engineering, and you did upholstery as well.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've had a lot of different experiences in a lot of different fields, which I presume has given you the confidence and made you into the person that you are today, which is it is an inspiration, really, and show an inspiration to others, or many. So what now? What are you? I mean, as well as, yes, I know we're here. You're doing your property, you're doing your music, and so what else is on the agenda for Mr. Joesph Nevers?
We're pushing forward with this music now, and so hopefully, after we get this lockdown out of the way, we can get back to where we should have been, which is having this big festival first, the first one. Poland, and then we're moving around. We've got a system that's being built right now in London.
A sound system.
Another sound system, yeah.
Right, okay. So
Which is
building boxes.
which is being built as we speak.
Right, okay. So has the materials changed?
We're not
from
we're
back
not
then to-
taking it off the derelict houses no
Oh,
more.
right, okay.
They're going to B&Q
you
and
buy
Wickes and places like that. We're
Yeah.
purchasing
You're
them.
purchasing it now,
Yes.
right? Okay. So in terms of building the boxes then, or the speaker boxes, as the materials change then, have they, you know, what kind of materials are you using now? Is it still the same ply?
I'm not actually building
plywood?
them.
You're not building
You
them?
get professional people to build them now.
Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense, because I mean, you're busy, aren't you, really, with your property business, and you're trying to
we get someone to build
promote
those.
and manage, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what artists
Also-
then, can I ask, what artists then are you actually working with, in terms of, because I suppose it's singers and
Okay, we're
other
working with
musicians as well.
Papa Levi,
Right, okay.
Troublesome,
Okay.
Michael Rose,
I've heard of a
Vivian
few.
Jones,
Yeah, I've heard of a few of these
Yeah.
names. Yeah.
Earl 16.
Right, okay.
So we've done you know, a few tracks and stuff with these artists.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. So at some point, when will the tracks be coming out, and when will the public be able to purchase the tracks?
Hopefully end of this year.
End of year?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And does it take, I suppose, how long does it take then in terms of producing a track and then getting it out onto the market?
It depends, you know.
What's the route that people would go in?
That's a question and a half, because that's a question and a half, that one.
Okay.
What's the route that we would go into?
Yeah, what's the route that you take? So you've gone into the studio,
You've got to,
you've
you've got
produced
to
a track, you've mastered it,
You've mastered it and
so
everything,
on. Yeah, so now the track is now ready, or the
You've got to promote it.
LP
You've
or
got
the
to
record is now
You've got to
ready.
promote it, haven't you?
Okay, so
You've
are
got
you
promotions. You
linked
can
to
do
a
it online.
promoting?
Online promotion. We've got a website out there,
Right, okay.
which has just been finalised. So we'll be pushing it on that website, because everything's online now.
Yeah. And do you have somebody that promotes that for you,
Well-
or do it something that you all have to do
Well,
yourself?
Cousin G Vibes, Glenn, he does all that. He's a producer, he's a musician, he's a singer. He's actually doing an interview tonight as well on
Okay.
radio.
Okay, let's listen out for that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
So that's his lines over that side.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he'd be the one to promote the
Promote it, yeah.
records and push them
Yeah.
here in the UK as well as in
Yeah, so I might
Europe.
just put a little bit of money into it and that, you know.
Right, okay, so you're more like an investor,
Investor, yeah.
and then you'll also help to support in
Mhm.
terms of the promotion
Mhm.
and maybe managing the artists as well.
That's
and
right.
Booking the gigs, etc.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Excellent,
That's what I
excellent.
do.
So, wow.
And in between all that,
Go on.
in between all that,
Yeah.
we have what we call a sound clash, online sound clash that we have been going now for the last 7 years.
So it's online.
Online, yeah. So,
What? How does
so
that
there's
take?
there's
How does that take place?
There's 21 of us involved in it.
21.
Yeah,
Sound clash.
yeah.
So I assume the sound's set up in different rooms in the different locations.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've got.
And how do you work out the sound clash
So-
online?
So what happens is we all take a turn in playing a selection of music.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, if I go on my phone now, I can
Yeah.
see. G-Babs has sent me. If I go on here, you can see it started today. So different times of the day, you'll have people come. There we are. Sound clash. So yesterday, that's Saturday actually. Saturday we had Mark Ming
Okay, Mark Ming, yeah, I know
You know
that
Mark
name.
Ming, yeah?
He's based in Manchester, isn't
That's
he?
right, yeah.
Yeah,
He was on. Before that, we had Cat, who's down in London.
right, okay. So you have different DJs that
Yeah.
will select and play the music.
That's right.
And when you say a sound clash, is it a form of competition then?
Not really.
Or-
We just
right, okay.
we just play the selection of music.
Okay, and
But
then
it's all roots and culture.
yeah, that's
No
yeah.
jazz, no soul.
Okay,
no,
no,
funk,
that's
you
fine.
know?
And does anybody, does the sounds get judged then, or is there like, no, he was bad last night, or
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah,
good
yeah.
last night, or
Yeah.
you
Get the
know, I think-
appreciation.
appreciation? Yeah,
Mhm.
does people show their appreciation? Does people tick a box or
Yeah.
give it a thumbs up,
Yeah.
or
But
to say who maybe won that week?
it's not a question of who won anything
Yeah.
in the week. It's just all it is just playing good selection of music,
Right. Okay.
entertainment.
Okay.
So we've got some in Holland.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the way in Europe. Fantastic.
We're all over.
Yes, excellent. It's excellent. Yeah. So, wow. I'm speechless, I should say. And yeah, it's just been amazing just listening to you, just talk about, what you did from childhood growing up. And you've done many things, which is just fantastic.
Yeah. I would like to write a book.
You'd like to write a book.
I've been.
So is that your next, because that's the question I was going to ask. And so what do you have, what are your plans for the future?
I'd like to write a book.
You'd like to write a book?
I've been saying it for the last X amount of years.
Okay.
Just like my mother.
Yeah. I yet to interview her. I've interviewed your dad, which was that was just an amazing journey for me, especially with the fact that he was, he had an allotment and he planted lots of fruits and veg in his garden. It was just such a touching story. So I'm honoured really to be able to interview the Nevers family. There's such a talented
I'm going to give you a joke.
Yeah.
When we was young, we built some speaker boxes, some big wardrobe speaker boxes.
Yeah.
My dad used to work nights.
Okay.
So he slept in the day.
Okay.
So Wayne and myself was testing out the speaker box, and we put it just between the two houses in, the entranceway, the houses.
Yeah.
Dad was in his bed. We got this bass.
Whoops.
So my dad came downstairs. He says, Wayne, come here. He took upstairs to the bedroom. He says, feel the bed. The bed was vibrating with the bass. So he couldn't sleep. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So the bed was vibrating with the bass. It was that much bass.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet he was scared though, wasn't he, when your dad said, come here, come upstairs. Thought it was going to get beaten. I can imagine, because he is a bit of a jokey, your dad, isn't it? He was just such a lovely, lovely man. It was just wonderful to interview him. But so you're going to write a book?
He wants to write a book, yeah.
About your life story?
No, I want to base it on my selling.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yes, I suppose you must have lots of stories being a sales, back then they called them sales rep or sales promoter or, executive sales and so on. There must be lots of, it's not a job that I would say that I enjoy. I've done it, but it's not, I don't really like that direct knocking on the door sales. Yeah, it's not a job that I feel that I would. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be good at it, but it's not something that where I'm infused to sort of go and do.
Okay.
No, it's not for me. I've worked in retail in terms of sales, and I enjoy that because I love clothes. And I, did the Sky TV giveaway. Yeah, but I've not done a lot of sales jobs, if I'm honest.
One day I was interviewing in my office.
Yeah.
And we used to interview like 3 times a week. And partway through the interviews, the secretary says, "Oh, can I just interrupt and come in?"
Yeah.
I says, we've got a young gentleman outside in the reception area. He's in a wheelchair. He's got no legs. What should I do with him?"
Yeah.
I says, "Send him through, man. Bring him through."
Mm-hmm.
This guy comes through now in his wheelchair, and his legs are cut off just below his knee.
Wow.
Both legs. He says, "Oh," I said, "let me cut to the chase here. We're selling £2,000 vacuum cleaners door to door."
How are you going to do that?
Do you know what I mean? Try to put him off.
Yeah.
You know. He says, "Oh, I just want a job. I never had a job before," he says.
Oh.
"I just want to have a job." I said, "Let me show you what you got to do." So I took these two boxes out. So you had the main box, which comes about here with the vacuum in it, and then the next box with the shampooing kit. So it brings you up, imagine a guy with no knees, such as, yeah. So the guy says, "No problem." So he raises himself up off the chair. He slips on like some inner tubes over the stumps of his legs.
Wow.
Yeah. Gets off the wheelchair.
Right.
Picks up one box like this and one like that and runs out into the hallway.
Yeah.
Our office was like a big house with stairs.
Right, okay.
And he goes up the stairs with the box and comes back down and says, "You know what?" I says, "Come back for the second interview, lad." Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. Let me tell the story.
Fantastic.
So came for the second interview.
Yeah.
I gave him the job. For 3 months, he was the top sailor in the office. You got to sell 12 machines plus, by the way, to be anywhere near the top.
Right, okay. You've got to sell
12 machines plus.
Is that monthly?
A month.
Okay.
He's averaging 15 plus a month for 3 months.
So he was averaging 15 vacuum cleaners.
45 machines in 3 months of £2,000 a piece.
Wow. How did you do that?
Ah.
Tell me more.
Let me tell you, we had our best months in business when he started there.
Wow.
Do you know why?
Wow.
Because no one could come to me and say they couldn't do it. No one could come to me and give me an excuse and say they couldn't do the job, because if he's got no legs and he's doing the job, what excuse have you got?
Right, okay. So everyone was on the game.
Everyone was on the game.
So they were on their top form. They were in top form.
Yeah,
then
because
he was
inspired.
inspired.
Because he was there.
And he was there. Yeah.
That's right.
And so he lasted 3 months.
No, he lasted longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it got hard in the winter and everything.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, so.
Oh,
it
must have been
good.
so excited
Yeah,
though, and earning his little money.
He's earning good money.
Earning good money, yeah, excellent.
Very good money. I'm not saying that people didn't buy through sympathy.
Yeah.
Because some people would have bought through sympathy.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Do you know what I
people
mean?
bought because the machine was good, because Kirby was big then, you know, big back then. And I mean, I don't know where they stand in the market now, because there's lots of good machines out there now.
Things have changed. They're still on top.
They're still up
Still
there. Still in the top 10.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of people gone to hard floors now, but we still have machines for that.
Fantastic.
But anyway, what I was saying there, yeah, they bought because they've seen somebody who could make excuses why they shouldn't be working, doing a job, which was quite difficult.
Yeah, so they were bought through being inspired.
That's
by,
right.
Yeah, excellent.
You know.
So, thank you.
So there's nothing that we can't do.
No, there
if we
isn't.
put our mind to it.
Truly, I agree. So, it's been another inspirational interview. You know, just being able to, you know, walk with you down memory lane and talk about all your past experiences and successful experiences, which is just fantastic. And I'm definitely looking forward to that book. So I hope you're going to start writing it soon.
You should have 18 plus on it, by the way.
18 plus, right? Okay.
So
you're all right. You've got a lot of stories to tell about your sales.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you got a title for the book yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. So that means that we'll have to come back and do a second interview. So yes, thank you so much for spending this time to talk to me.
Welcome.
It's been an amazing, for me, you've had an amazing journey and you're really inspirational. And again, you know, I do look up to you, you know, for your confidence and encouragement you know, even in what I do. So I thank you so much for that.
Okay, thank you for being you.
And so if you enjoyed what you heard and you yeah, just leave us a comment. Don't forget to leave us a comment, because we will reply to your comment. And please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and even share as well. So at the moment, you know, I'm trying to hit a target of 1,000 subscribers, and I'm halfway there at the moment. And so please do remember to subscribe, remember to like, and remember to share. So this is Imani Live. See you real soon.
The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one single step. Hit that bell, it's only a finger moment.